From looking at men really bad to looking at girls' privates. I mean, they're full-on guyets. And their other front guyet. The one on the chest. You know what I'm talking about. So being a coach who has been arrested for being an offender, today I'm going to be talking about my coach. It's called a Bush Slander. That's what I'm calling it, because that's his last name. So hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, get your popcorn, and let's talk. And I basically just shortened it for you, but I'm gonna go into my side of the story. So it all started in 5th grade on the first day. It all started on the first day of 5th grade. I think I was 10 at the time, I don't recall. And it was PE time. And we had workouts every Monday, I think. Or was it every Wednesday, or was it both? Well, anyways, we had workouts. Back then, I thought he was actually normal, but I was dead wrong. I was a fool. He basically betrayed me. He betrayed my thoughts. And I found that out the hard way. 2nd day of school. Now, it's after lunchtime, and we immediately had PE afterwards. And let's just say it wasn't very pleasant. He watched all the boys and all the girls. And if any of the boys were having even one small, little problem, or if they messed up, the coach would be like, you gotta do that over again at 30 more seconds. And it would be pretty crazy if you ask me. So, I'm gonna send this to my friend first, and then I'm gonna post it publicly. But if you see this while it's unlisted, I'll sing the video. So, here we go. 5th grade. 5th grade. We're in 5th grade. Remember this. I'm around 10 at the time, I believe. And here we go. So, he keeps watching the boys, waiting for them to mess up. And every time they messed up, like I said, he would add 30 seconds to the timer. And I tried my hardest not to mess up. He looked at me like an honor student, but he did that with all the girls, because we're girls. And like I said, he is an offender. One of those offenders. He's a Pottimer. If you don't know what Pottimer did, look up the Pottimer incident. Well, enough of that. Anyways, I didn't realize it until day 3 that he was one of those. I was a fool for the first 2 days. But, day 3, I realized, why is he looking at those girls like that? And I'm like, oh my gosh. That's when I found out his true intentions. Alright, so time skipped to 7th grade. The boys in my class made a little thing, a little complaint, as I call it, and they basically sent it to our principal, or our headmaster, as other people call it, or the higher up, as I call it. Now, the higher up, or principal, or whoever you call it, was not very happy. Every single person who was involved in that list that they sent to the principal, each got a write-up immediately. They were sent to the office like flies, just heading towards food. And once they got into the office, I knew they were in trouble. All of them immediately walked out of the office. and they were complaining like crazy, saying that they wouldn't do anything. And a day later, I knew that he was arrested a while back. And I didn't know about that until 7th grade. 8th grade comes around. But before that, we go to the end of 7th grade, which is one of the days I didn't have band, which means I had to go to PE. At the start of PE, the girls and the boys were separated. The boys went outside for half the time. The girls stayed inside. And every time we would do a workout, he would look at the girls funny. And then we got to the exercise he calls flutter kicks. And 6 inches. Wonder why he calls it that. Anyways, so during flutter kicks and 6 inches. Woo, 6 inches. Remember that. It's probably how many inches he adds on his. Anyways, so during flutter kicks and 6 inches, I noticed him looking at a girl's booty. And then afterwards, my friends and I, and some other people, were playing run tag, or whatever you guys call it in school. And there was at least 2 or 3 people with the pool noodle, and they'd try to tag the people who ran, and the coach would call them out by what class they're in, what color they're wearing, etc. And whenever it was our cue, we each got tagged at the same time, almost, or we got tagged near each other, which was good. That's what we wanted. And then we private talked about everything that happened that day. It was so disgusting. But then the other half rolls around, and luckily we're outside, he's not there. And then everybody in my friend group starts talking about what has escalated. And it is just disgusting. It is outrageously crazy. I mean, come on. Why would you even look at a woman like that? Let alone a minor. We are minors right now. I'm a minor. Everyone in my classroom is a minor except the teachers and the coaches. So, why would you look at him like that? Explain yourself. This is why I'm labeling this video Bush Slander. Oh, and do not even mention what he does outside. Please. If I'm missing anything, my friend, comment in the comment section below. I may be missing a few details, but he's been arrested. He's looked at women in a weird way, and he glazes men in a bad way. I mean, he calls them out like crazy. Here's an example. I have a friend, I'm gonna call him Josh, not because it's his real name, but it's also a common name. So, in 5th or 6th grade, before I did band, I remember it was then, I heard him, you know, put your butt down, Josh, and everybody is just, and I'm in my own little bubble, in my own brain. I'm like, oh my gosh, is this really happening right now? He's looking at guys' butts too. Now, I get it. He might be telling people how to do the exercise correctly, but at least demonstrate, man. And if you're just verbally telling us an instruction, how are some people supposed to understand what to do like me? Sometimes I have to visually see what's going on. Sometimes I can hear it perfectly fine, but other times I can't. I just have to visualize it. Coaches need to start doing that too. They need to demonstrate. For example, there was a game called Spider Ball. I'm not sure if my friends still play it. And it's like a 1v1, v1, 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 and so on. Dodgeball. Like, you're against everybody. My friends and I would always team up, but I would always be betrayed. Or I'd betray others. I admit it. I betrayed a few people. But almost everybody betrayed me. So I had to defend myself somewhere, you know? So anyways, enough of that. So they would explain Spider Ball like this. They would put two people, well, not two people. They would put people on two sides of the room. One set of people would be on this side, the other set of people would be on this side. And people would start throwing dodgeballs like crazy. I mean, I was zoned out in my own space. I thought it was just regular dodgeball. And one of them hits my butt, and it was for my teammate. I'm like, dude, I'm your teammate. And they're like, nuh-uh, this is Spider Ball, not dodgeball, you idiot. I'm like, what Spider Ball? And he's like, you idiot, did you not hear the instructions? And then the coach goes, you're out. And then I go sit out on the bleachers. And I catch the coach looking in this area. Not just on me, but also my friends. So, please, make sure you get a background check on people before you hire them. So if you don't, you're gonna get a lot of complaints. And yes, he's still in the building to this day. I don't know why or how, but he is.